Okay, so get this. The other day, I was, just browsing online
Uh-huh.
and stumbled across this thing called a Mayak.
Okay.
And I was like,
Yeah,
we gotta,
I'm intrigued.
we have to do a deep dive on this.
What is it?
It's like, have you ever heard of anything that kind of combines a kayak and a paddleboard
Yeah.
and even yoga?
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
So, yeah, it's really,
Yeah, and it seems like we've got a good mix of information to work with.
oh, yeah.
We've got a bunch of articles, and it looks like the company that makes this thing, Zenactivite,
Mm-hmm.
they have a website too,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we can look at all that stuff.
And this article from Quebec Yachting,
Okay.
that seems to be like the best explanation of
Yeah.
what a Mayak is.
Cool.
But maybe before we even get to that, I'm like, as a, water sports enthusiast myself,
Yeah.
what even is a Mayak?
So it's made from this really strong polyethylene.
Good.
But I think the coolest thing about it is the way it's designed.
Okay.
It's got these things, these leg insertions that let you can kneel on it,
Wow.
you can sit, or you can even stand up.
Oh, so you can switch
Well,
between.
for paddling.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's super versatile then, right?
Yeah, it's all about
Yeah.
adapting to what you want to do.
Right.
And I like that it's stackable,
Oh, okay.
easy to store.
And it's made with recyclable materials.
Yes. Yes.
That's a big win.
Practical and good for the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, you've sold me on the concept, but how big is this thing? How much does it weigh?
All right.
And most importantly, how much is it going to cost me?
Okay, so it's about 8 feet long.
Okay.
It's about 30 inches wide.
Okay.
Weighs around 33 pounds.
Okay.
Can hold up to 250 pounds.
Right.
And it's $699 with the paddle.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Pretty reasonable.
Especially for, something that seems that unique. Let's talk about the guy who invented it, though.
Okay.
Pierre-Louis.
Yeah.
Apparently.
What a guy, right?
Not just an inventor,
Yeah.
but he's also an architect,
That's right.
a biologist,
Uh,
and a former ski champion.
How do you even...
This guy's a
It just shows you,
Renaissance man.
all these different
Yeah.
skills can come together to create something new.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
So,
think so
and
cool.
he's got a book, too.
Oh, really?
La Méduse et l'Ambition.
Okay.
And from what I've heard,
Yeah.
it blends ecological analysis
Okay.
with a futuristic action film scenario.
Wow.
I'm
He's
seeing a theme here.
like a big picture guy.
Yeah, he's combining all these different things.
Totally.
All right, but back to the Mayak.
Okay.
There's more than one type.
Really?
Uh,
So,
this is getting interesting.
have you heard of the yoga kayak and the Mayak polo?
I have not heard of those.
So, okay.
This is cool. First, yoga kayak.
Yeah.
I mean, my guess is it's for yoga on the water,
It is.
but
Yeah.
what else?
Well, it's designed specifically for that.
Okay.
So you've got anti-slip pads on there.
Nice.
They've even got graphics
Oh, wow.
to help guide you through
That's cool.
the poses.
Oh.
They even have a whole program for it designed by a kinesiologist.
Wow. Okay, so this
So
is,
they're taking it seriously.
yeah, this is like
Yeah.
next level
Yeah.
yoga here.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it probably costs a little bit more.
It's $1,200 with the paddle.
All right.
But,
For serious yogis.
yeah.
Yeah.
For people who really want that on-the-water experience.
I can see that, yeah.
Gladly.
Okay, now Mayak polo.
Okay.
That sounds a little bit more active.
This one is wild.
So is it like water polo but on a Mayak?
It's water polo, but he invented it.
Oh, he invented a whole new sport.
A whole new sport. So you use a special paddle
Okay.
to put the ball in the net.
Okay.
They're comparing it to, hockey and Quidditch.
They're really going for it.
Yeah, come on.
I
They're
know.
trying to get people excited.
That's good marketing.
so smart.
Are there leagues and stuff popping up for this?
They're trying to create an association
Wow.
and a league.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, so
Ambitious.
it is, but I love that.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more?
What?
There's now an inflatable version
Oh.
of the Mayak.
Okay.
It came out in spring 2024.
Really?
And apparently, get this, it's
Okay.
actually more stable than the original Mayak.
That's interesting.
Now, I would have thought that
Yeah.
the solid structure
Yeah,
would
I've
be
thought that too.
more stable. Really?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Okay, so it's made of double-layer PVC
Okay.
with these special anti-slip stickers.
Okay.
And it can actually hold more weight,
Oh, wow.
275 pounds.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Same price as the original.
So $699 for this new
$699.
inflatable version.
I know, right?
That's interesting.
It's like they're prioritizing getting people on the Mayak.
Yeah, maybe they're not even worried about
over, like,
Yeah, maximizing
getting
profits.
as much money as they can right away.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It seems like a long game kind of thing.
All right, well,
Yeah.
before we get too deep into the marketing strategy,
Okay.
you mentioned the surf bike earlier.
Yeah.
What is that?
So it's like windsurfing and cycling combined.
Okay.
So basically a water bicycle.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But sadly, he's had some issues with people stealing his designs.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's like,
That's awesome.
it's a real problem for a lot of inventors.
Yeah, people don't realize how much work goes into.
It's so important to respect people's hard work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Okay, so Zenactivite, the company behind the Mayak.
their website is really interesting.
Yeah, they're all about safe and fun physical activity on the water.
Exactly.
And they keep talking about the Zen position.
Yeah, the Zen position,
What is that?
you can use that on the Mayak.
Okay.
And it's central to their whole philosophy.
Good.
They really want to promote the Mayak polo thing, too.
Yeah, they're really pushing that.
Yeah.
So the Zen
And
position,
it's all about
is it just like,
balance, stability, feeling connected to the water.
oh, so it's more than just,
Yeah, it's like a mindset thing. It's
Yeah.
not just about the physical part. It's about like the mental and emotional benefits too.
they're selling an experience,
Yeah.
not just a product.
Yeah.
And then they also have all these other things too.
Like what?
They've got school activities,
Mm.
demonstrations, competitions.
Yeah.
They're really trying to get this out there.
They're building a whole community around it.
Yeah,
It's cool.
it is.
And I think it's working.
Yeah.
It's smart.
It's really smart.
Yeah, because it's unique. They're getting people involved in all these different ways. It's
Yeah.
really smart.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we've talked about the Mayak. We
Yeah.
talked about the
Yeah.
inventor,
Uh-huh.
the company.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up part one, though,
Okay.
I really want to learn more
Yeah.
about
Right.
Parents' book.
Méduse et l'ambition.
La méduse et l'ambition,
Yeah.
it seems like.
What do you think it's about?
It could be a really interesting look
Yeah.
into his thoughts on innovation
Okay.
and ecology and the future.
All right. Yeah.
So stay tuned for part two, where we'll dive into that a bit more.
Sounds good.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, Parents' book, La Méduse et l'ambition.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. It adds
Yeah.
another dimension to all this.
I'm so curious about it.
Yeah.
Like, how does he blend
Well,
ecological analysis
so the first part,
with an action movie?
it goes into the energy grid,
Okay.
like the one that powers our society.
Okay.
And he's looking at the ecological factors, economic factors,
Yeah.
energy factors,
Yeah.
all kind of tied together.
That seems pretty dense.
It is. It's a lot of analysis.
Okay.
But then the second part, he takes all that stuff he talked about
Right.
and he creates this futuristic action movie scenario.
Okay. Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
What's the movie about?
So there's a young inventor,
Okay.
and he's from Quebec City,
Just like Parent.
just like Parent.
That's interesting.
And he comes up with this revolutionary solar panel system.
Okay.
But then this big oil company finds out about it,
Oh,
and things get complicated. So
Yeah.
it's like inventor versus corporation.
It's like the
Yeah.
classic movie trope.
Yeah, and he's using this
Right.
this fictional scenario
Yeah.
to kind of look at
Yeah.
the real world, right? Sustainability versus corporate interests.
It's kind of a cautionary tale then.
Yeah, but it's also exciting.
It's got action and intrigue.
Yeah, I got to read this.
Yeah,
But it's interesting though, right?
it is.
How that theme of the book,
Yeah.
like corporate greed suppressing innovation,
Yeah, it's like
mirrors Parents' own
it
life.
kind of reflects his own experience.
Right.
Totally.
With the intellectual property
It
theft.
adds like this whole other
Yeah,
layer
yeah.
to it.
It's a good reminder that being an inventor,
Totally.
it's not just about having great ideas.
It's not enough.
You also have to like
You got to be tough.
fight for those ideas
Yeah.
and protect them.
Protect them, get them out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to the Mayak.
Okay.
We were talking about Zenactivite's efforts
Yeah.
to promote it, right?
Yeah, with the school stuff.
Yeah, the school activities,
Yeah.
demonstrations,
Uh-huh.
competitions.
Yeah, what do you think about those?
Well, starting with the school activities, okay.
I could see that being really cool.
I think it's a great way to introduce
Yeah.
kids to water sports, and it gets them active.
Absolutely.
And it's safe.
Plus all the educational tie-ins too.
Oh, yeah, so many.
Like water safety,
Mm-hmm.
environmental stuff.
Yeah,
You could even talk about like physics and engineering
right.
while they're having fun on a Mayak.
It's learning by doing,
Absolutely.
which is the best way to learn.
Okay, what about the demonstrations?
So I'm picturing them like taking the Mayak to different places.
Yeah, like lakes and beaches.
Lakes, beaches, maybe even pools.
Yeah.
And they just
Show it off.
show it off.
Yeah.
Let people try it.
Yeah.
Get people excited about it.
Exactly.
Classic strategy.
Smart marketing.
Works every time.
Yeah.
And you know what else?
What?
It probably leads to some sales right there on the spot.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But it's also about
Yeah.
building that community, right?
Yeah.
Sharing the experience.
It's more than just selling a product.
Exactly.
Now, the competitions.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is mostly
Mostly Mayak Polo.
Mayak Polo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it adds that competitive element.
It does. It's like, oh, you're just paddling around.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, now we're competing.
It plays into that whole like hockey and Quidditch thing.
Yeah, they're really leaning into that.
They are.
I think it's smart.
It's good.
They're trying
It
to
gets them more relatable.
make
Yeah.
it accessible to everyone.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be like a pro athlete
Yeah.
to enjoy it.
Zenactivite is doing a lot of things right.
They
They've
are.
got a good product,
Yeah.
strong mission,
Yeah.
clever approach to engaging the audience.
They seem really passionate about it too,
They do, yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah,
But, you know, they're not operating in a vacuum.
right.
There's going to be challenges
Absolutely.
if they want to keep this going long term.
Like what?
Oh, I think the biggest one is going to be competition.
Right.
It's a tough market.
It is a tough market.
Yeah, lots of other water sports companies out there.
And some of them are pretty big.
Oh, yeah, huge companies
Yeah,
with a lot of money
yeah.
and big marketing budgets.
Yeah.
So that's going to be tough.
And even if they can compete with those big companies,
Yeah,
there's also the risk of someone just copying their idea.
totally. And that happens all the time.
Right.
Yeah,
Especially with the intellectual property theft issue.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a real concern.
And then there's the challenge of scaling up.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing to,
How do you go from
Yeah.
small workshop
making a few Mayaks by hand
to mass production
to mass production.
without losing that quality
Right.
and that personal touch?
Exactly.
Okay.
So it sounds like some tough decisions are ahead.
It's going to be interesting to see how they handle it.
It is.
But they seem like,
they do seem up for the challenge.
yeah, like they're
Yeah.
smart people.
They've done a good job so far.
They have.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But before we get to that, let's talk about the surf bike.
Oh, yeah, the surf bike.
I'm picturing it, right?
Yeah, so it's a bicycle.
It's a bike frame
Yeah.
on like a surfboard platform.
Okay.
And there's a sail.
Okay.
Okay, so you can use the wind.
So you're pedaling,
You paddle.
but you're also catching the wind.
You use the wind. I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He's combining
He's good at that.
human power and natural energy.
He sees the connections
It's great.
that other people miss.
It's brilliant.
Man, it's fun.
Okay, I'm putting that on my bucket list.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Ride a surf bike.
It's a good bucket list item.
All right, so we've explored the Mayak. We've explored
Uh-huh.
Zenactivity.
Yeah.
We even took a little detour
Little side quest.
into Parents' book
It's all connected.
and his surf bike.
It's amazing what one person can do.
Totally. One person with
some creativity and determination.
a vision
Yeah.
can make a big impact.
But as we discussed, it's not going to be easy.
Right. There's going to be challenges.
Zenactivite is facing some.
Oh, yeah. They've got to figure
The
out
competition.
the competition,
Yeah.
the scaling up,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Staying true to their values.
That's the big one
Yeah.
for sure.
And that's what we're going to be talking about
So stay tuned
for part 3.
of our deep dive.
We'll get into all that.
We'll see what the future might hold.
It's going to be interesting.
All right, so we've seen how Zenactivity has made a name for themselves with the Mayak.
Yeah, it's been pretty impressive.
Innovative product, passionate team.
And people seem to love it.
Yeah, they're building a community.
That's so important.
But we also talked about some of those big challenges.
Right, those challenges are real.
They're going to have to face if they want to keep growing.
We talked about the competition.
All right, the big company.
The copycats.
Yeah, those are always a worry.
And scaling up, how do they do that?
And stay true to their values.
Right, that's a tough one.
So the big question is, where do they go from here?
Well, I think when you look at the competition,
Okay.
the Mayak itself is a huge advantage.
It's just so unique.
Yeah, it's not just a kayak. It's not just a paddleboard.
It's kind of its own thing.
It's in a category of its own.
It's like they've created their own little niche.
They're not trying to be everything to everyone.
Right. They're focusing on what makes the Mayak special.
Exactly, and that's smart.
And their marketing reflects that.
Right, they're selling a lifestyle.
It's not just, hey, buy this product.
It's about the experience.
It's that Zen approach.
Connecting with nature.
It's different from those other...
It's not about being extreme.
Yeah, like super intense water sports.
Right, it's a different kind of thrill.
It's more about mindfulness,
Finding that balance.
And that resonates with a lot of people.
There's a growing market for that.
So, okay, they have a unique product. They have a strong brand identity.
So far, so good.
But how do they compete with those big companies?
I think it comes down to partnerships
Okay.
and really targeted marketing.
So working smarter, not harder.
That's the key.
Give me some examples.
Well, think about partnering with yoga studios,
Oh, that's a good one.
fitness centers, ecotourism companies.
They're already reaching out to people.
Exactly. People who are already interested in this kind of thing.
It's a much better approach than just generic advertising.
Trying to be everything to everyone.
Yeah, and then there's social media.
Oh, social media is huge.
It's so important these days.
Yeah, it's a great way to connect with people.
Build that following.
And it's relatively inexpensive.
Right, so they're being smart about their marketing.
Strategic partnerships.
But what about protecting their designs?
Ah, yes, the copycats.
How do they stop people from stealing their ideas?
Patents and trademarks.
It's a legal thing, but
If so.
yeah, you have to protect your work.
You have to be prepared to enforce those protections, too.
Right. If someone does try to copy you,
Yeah, it can get messy.
but sometimes you have to fight.
It's the unfortunate reality.
But let's talk about scaling up.
Okay, the big one.
It's one thing to make a few Mayaks by hand,
Right, in a small workshop.
but how do they go to mass production
And keep that same level of quality.
without sacrificing their values?
Yeah, how do they do that?
It's a tough balancing act.
Well, I think it starts with finding the right partners.
Okay.
Manufacturers who share their values.
Who care about sustainability?
Who care about quality.
Yeah, it's about aligning yourself with the right people
Even as you grow.
and staying connected to your customers.
Absolutely. That's so important.
Listening to feedback,
Being responsive.
maintaining that community.
It's all about growing in a thoughtful way.
Not just getting bigger for the sake of it.
Right. It's about making conscious choices.
So we've talked about the challenges,
Yeah.
but what about the opportunities?
The possibilities are exciting.
What could the future hold for Zenactivite
I think they have the potential to be a leader.
in the eco-conscious water sports movement?
Exactly. They could inspire other companies.
To be more mindful.
More sustainable.
And they could expand their product line.
Oh, yeah. Think about accessories.
Apparel, maybe even educational resources.
Water safety, environmental awareness.
And Mayak Polo, could that become...
Could be the next big thing.
Yeah, like imagine Mayak Polo leagues all over the world.
That would be amazing.
They've tapped into something special.
It's fun, it's unique, it's connected to nature,
It's been a really interesting journey.
exploring the world of the Mayak
From those humble beginnings
to where they are now.
and where they could go in the future.
It's a great story.
It shows the power of innovation,
And the challenges of building a business.
but also the importance of staying true to your values.
It's inspiring.
So, what do you think Pierre-Louis is working on now?
Who knows? Maybe he's got another invention up his sleeve.
Something even more groundbreaking.
I bet it'll be something cool.
He seems to have a knack for it.
He's a visionary.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive.
Into the Mayak
Zenactivite.
and Pierre-Louis Parent.
We hope you enjoyed the ride.
It's been a fun one.
Maybe it even sparked some of your own innovative ideas.
Get out there and create something.
Yeah, explore the world around you
Keep learning.
and keep diving deep.